Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Total world victory of Hare Krishna. My name is Sitapati Danna.
My name is Nana.
And this is Bhagavad-gita as it is, 437. So Bhagavad-gita, the Song of God, as it is by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I should have put the tilak. We should have put our tilak on. Because we got that new tilak.
Invisible tilak.
Yeah. Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, text number 37. Back home, so this is live from Taranaki. Oh man, I'm tired because it's 8:26 here, but it's like midnight or something, or later, 1 a.m., something like that. And
welcome back to New Zealand.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
In New York, where I've been for the last week. New York, New Jersey, where I got to, meet Namras for the very first time.
In person.
Oh man, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning over there.
Wow, no wonder why you're tired.
Yeah, that's why I feel so tired.
Yeah.
Namras and I have known each other and been like serving together in ISKCON since 2007.
It's quite a long time.
He went back through his emails. I'm like, bro, I ain't got emails that go back that far. They're all gone. But he went into his emails, found the very first email he sent me. It's from 2007.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we just met for the first time in person this
That's
weekend.
So cool.
I know, it was like epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Amazing.
Okay, here we go. Bhagavad-gita 437.
It's contagious.
Yathaidhāṁsi samiddho. Try it again. Yathaidhāṁsi samiddho gnir. No, this is yathaidhāṁsi samiddho gnir.
Gnir.
Yathaidhāṁsi samiddhaḥ. Yathaidhāṁsi samiddho gnir. Yathaidhāṁsi samiddho gnir. Bhasma-sāt kurute Arjuna. Jñānā-agniḥ sarva-karmāṇi. Bhasma-sāt kurute tathā. Yathā.
Just as
edhāṁsi.
firewood.
Samiddhaḥ.
Blazing.
Agniḥ.
Fire.
Bhasma-sāt.
Turns into ashes.
Kurute.
So does.
Arjuna.
O Arjuna. The
jñāna-agniḥ.
fire of knowledge.
sarva-karmāṇi.
All reactions to material activities.
Bhasma-sāt.
To ashes.
Kurute.
It so does.
Tathā.
Similarly. Wow.
Translation.
As the blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burns to ashes all reactions to material activities.
Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Hit it.
Te voy a dar un poco de break. Perfect knowledge of self and superself and of the relationship is compared herein to fire. This fire not only burns up all reactions to impious activities, but also all reactions to pious activities, turning them to ashes. There are many stages of reactions. Reaction in the making, reaction fructifying, reaction already achieved, and reaction
Priori.
Oh, wow. But knowledge of the constitutional position of the living entity burns everything to ashes. When one is in complete knowledge, all reactious.
Now
reactious. What?
Yeah, well, that's obviously a clear spelling error that should be fixed. That's one of the edits that should be done. That obviously is meant to be all reactions.
Yeah, all reactions, both a priori and posteriori, are consumed. In the Vedas, it is stated, ubhe, uhaivaiṣa, ete taraty, amritaha, sarva-asādhūnī. One overcomes both the pious and the pious and impious interactions of both classes.
Reactions of work, I bet that's been changed to. Om jnana timidandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshun militam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. All reactious has been changed to reactions. As the blazing fire, has been changed to as a blazing fire. And I checked the Prabhupada one, and it said the blazing fire, but it's a spurious meddling edit. Nothing unclear about that. Any justification? Nope. Because of course it was done later. Kurute. Kurute. So does. It so does. It turns. Turns. Oh, no, not here. So.
It turns and the other one just turns. Like what? Should be the same. It so does.
Look, there's so many places where it's done as, if we click on this, does perform, turns, it turns. So here they changed it to turns and it turns for Bhagavad-gita 437. But you can see that it's do, performs, accepts, executes, is doing, sometimes act, make, will, shows, make, does. So it's kind of like to do.
Yeah.
Turns. It's like a cause of reaction. And Srila Prabhupada himself translated it as so does. It so does. And then they've just gone and corrected Srila Prabhupada. Anywho, I had an interesting conversation with Janavi about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Guru Charana Padma, Janavi and Tulasi's mother, so the two of them were there and we talked about this. So Tulasi was there and Namras was there. But Namras, obviously, he's interviewed Garuda, he's it's obviously a thing he's talked about a lot. But for Janavi and Guru Charana Padma, it was kind of like they hadn't looked into it much. So they were interested to know about the different classes of changes. And this class of change here, where they go in and they change the word for word and correct Srila Prabhupada, to me is like an egregious. And
because that's his native language, and he.
Well, it's not. It's Sanskrit. He speaks Bengali and English.
Yeah.
And Hindi.
Probably he did as well. He's been reading a lot of Sanskrit and writing. For sure, he was more and more familiar with that.
Yeah.
Then a Westerner just comes now, is this way. It's like a guy coming out of the Western world, going to South America and say, I know better than Spanish.
But even if he did, even if it was someone who, you got some Sanskrit scholar who is just like a Sanskrit genius, wrote the dictionary and everything, how does that qualify him to go in and edit Srila Prabhupada's Sanskrit?
Exactly. They should write their own. So
yeah.
I'm going to turn that one out.
Anywho, let's not get too caught up in that because we want to have dinner and go to bed because it's 3 a.m. for me in America.
Not in America, sorry.
I'm not in America, but my body clock is still kind of there. Reactions. Okay, we expected that. That got changed. So reactions went to reactions. It's from the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad. In the Vedas, it is stated, they put the... And one overcomes both the pious and impious reactions of work. That's how I remembered it from the edition 2, from my study of that. Okay, now, I wanted to do this. Let's ask... hang on, I'm just going to type here. Please explain the terms a priori and a posteriori is how.
Anterior y posterior. So el pasado y el presente.
Yeah, but they're philosophical terms that have a particular specific technical meaning.
Bueno, esto es, ¿cómo le llaman esto?
It's Latin.
Y latino.
Yeah,
sí.
Latin. Latin phrases often used in philosophy, epistemology, study of knowledge and logic to distinguish between different types of knowledge, justification or reasoning. Here's an explanation of these terms. A priori, meaning literally a priori, translates as from the earlier. Usage in philosophy and epistemology refers to knowledge or justification that's independent of experience. So you can say, like, you know, they considered, I will use a priori, like, it's kind of like prejudice. You know, like Namrasa's huge fan and my fan, Chris Feachy. You know, he posted and said, I haven't watched this, but, you know, and then he gives a refutation of the episode without even having watched it. He doesn't even know what we're talking about. He's like, in the episode, Sitapati's going to say this, this, and this.
Wrong.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Like,
huh? But
okay.
that's a priori. It's knowledge or justification that's independent of experience. Like a priori, he's just like, I'm against it without even having heard it. Pertains to ideas or propositions that can be known or justified without relying on sensory experience. So that's also Srila Prabhupada, where they didn't go to the moon, it's faked, without having to study the pictures. He knows a priori that it's faked.
It's obvious. Look at the picture. Like, what? I could
Yeah.
have done better.
But that's not how. So Namras and I had in our conversation, spoiler alert, we talked about the moon landing.
Oh.
Yeah. And Srila Prabhupada's a priori challenge of it. That's why Rajavidya, he says, Srila Prabhupada was denying the moon landings before they didn't happen. And he himself says it. He says even before they went in the 1959, when he wrote Easy Journey to Other Planets, he was already denying that the moon landings happened.
Yeah, because the scripture shows specific details about the mile distance. Yes.
Let me just tell this to be quiet. Okay, deductive reason considered necessary and universally true. So they're kind of like axiomatic, so logical truths, axioms. A posteriori, literally meaning from the latter. A, from posteriori, the thing that came after. The posterior, potito. Usage in philosophy and epistemology refers to knowledge or justification that's dependent on empirical or sensory experience. Dogs and mammals are a posteriori because it relies on empirical observations about dogs and mammals. So the usage in here, right? Srila Prabhupada says, all reactions, both a priori and a posteriori, are consumed.
Priori.
So reaction in the making, like something you're doing now that will create a reaction in the future. Reaction fructifying, one that's happening now. Reaction already achieved, and reaction a priori, from before. I would have said that reaction a priori means reactions that are like already in play, like happening or have happened, and then a posteriori are ones that are coming in the future.
Yeah, reacción anterior. Yeah.
Yeah. A priori is como like anterior, yeah. And a posteriori is que viene, consumed. So yeah, in the times when I have looked this up, I found that it has a technical, philosophical kind of meaning, but not in standard usage in this kind of it's called prarabdha karma. Let's ask Chat GPT about this. What is prarabdha karma? Prarab. Is it like that, or is it like that? Try it out. See what happens. Yeah. Pra, beginning, and rabdha, undertaken. Begun or undertaken, including indicating actions that have already begun to yield their effects. So a priori is prarabdha karma. And then sanchita karma, accumulated karma from past lifetimes that hasn't borne any effect. It's a reservoir of karmic actions that lie dormant. And the agami or kriyamana karma is the karma being created in the present life due to current actions, which will come to fruition in the future, either later in this life or in subsequent lives. So you've got like your reaction in the making, right, which is this kriyamana karma being created in the present life due to current actions. Fructifying, which would be prarabdha karma. Reaction already achieved, prarabdha, and reaction a priori from the latter. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see if Srila Prabhupada ever used it again. Search. I've seen Srila Prabhupada use other Latin technical philosophical terms. Surprisingly, no. Nope. This is the only time he uses it. I wish I'd made a note of this other one. He said it was a Latin term that means I can't remember it. Might come back to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Please relate the terms a priori. Let's see if this AI can do a better job than me. A posteriori to these different divisions of karma. Okay, listen to this. Drawing parallels between the philosophical concepts of a priori and a posteriori from Western philosophy and the categories of karma from Indian philosophy can be an intriguing exercise. While they arise from different cultural and philosophical backgrounds and address different aspects of human understanding and existence, certain analogies can be made. A priori and prarabdha karma. 1. Similarity in concept. Just as a priori knowledge is understood independently of specific experiences, it's pre-existing or inherent, prarabdha karma represents the results of actions from past lives that have already begun to manifest in the present life. They are pre-given or preset conditions for the current life. So like being born as a male or a female, being born in Ethiopia or in New Zealand or in the United States, etc., etc. That's all prarabdha karma. Connection. Both concepts deal with predetermined or inherent factors. Prarabdha karma represents conditions and life situations that one is born into without the need for any new action in the present life, mirroring the a priori understanding of knowledge that exists without needing empirical verification. Number 2, a posteriori and agami kriyamana karma. Similarity in concept. A posteriori knowledge knowledge is derived from specific experiences and empirical observations. In a similar vein, agami or kriyamana karma pertains to the results of actions performed in the present life, which will bear fruit in the future based on the experiences and actions of this life. Connection. Both concepts revolve around the understanding or consequences that arise due to current experiences or actions. Just as a posteriori knowledge requires sensory or empirical experience for validation, agami kriyamana karma is being shaped and accumulated based on the choices and actions one is making in the present. Sanchita karma, this accumulated karma from past lifetimes, can be seen as a bridge between the two concepts. It's like an archive of past deeds, both good and bad, waiting to be activated. While it's not directly analogous to a priori or a posteriori, it plays a role in shaping prarabdha when a portion becomes activated and is continually added to by agami kriyamana karma. In summary, while a priori and a posteriori deal primarily with epistemological concerns about the sources and nature of knowledge, and the karma divisions address moral and metaphysical concepts related to action and consequence. The parallels drawn illustrate the predetermined versus experiential dimensions present in both sets of concepts. Man, this thing is like banging. Dude.
So much in a couple of words to understand.
Yeah, okay, there are many stages. Okay.
Many stages of reaction.
Yeah, okay, so thank you. Bhagavad-gita 4:30 as it is 4:37. How do these relate? Let's just see what it says to that. It's a very open question. Here we go. The stage of reaction he mentions to the classification of karma. Reaction in the making. This can be associated with agami or kriyamana karma. Reaction fructifying. This corresponds to prarabdha karma. Reaction already achieved. This might be related to past reactions that have already been experienced and resolved within this life or past lives. They've been faced and now complete. Reaction a priori. This is closely tied to sanchita karma. These are the accumulated reactions stored from countless past lives. They're in the latent or dormant reactions. Bija karma.
My gosh. Scary.
I think it's called bija karma. Let's have a look. Bija karma. It's like the seed.
The
Sanchita karma
ready
is
to
bija
sprout.
karma.
Yeah.
Maybe it's with bija without an H. What's up? Dinner time? Here we go. Other seeds are called anyabhilasha bija, karma bija, and jnana bija. A conversation after a film. What's this? New Vrindavan. So they're in New Vrindavan. It's 1976. It was very beautiful, very nice, very pleasing. What did they watch? Now make Indian Bengali edition. Kumbh Mela we can show. Rishi Kumar. They want to take some movie, film to take. This is the alternative lifestyle. Any other film, make similar films. In a nutshell, everything is there. Our agriculture, our temple and food growing, and everything is there. Radha Krishna worship, the sum and substance, everything. And you're living practically for the last 8 years here? Kirtananda, yes. You can come hundreds, we can provide. There's food, there's shelter. The more we protect cows, the more we gain in opulence. This is a very interesting, so we should come back and read this.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went through the changes. We had a look at this purport. The original manuscript says interactions. The entire discussion here concerns reactions.
Like cross that up like that.
Both the pious and the impious interactions of work. You know what? He shouldn't have changed that. He had no mandate to change it. Anyway, it's not just the grammatical corrections, because they sell it to the devotees as, oh, we're just correcting the grammatical things, so that the intelligent scholars and people don't discount it. But that's anyway. I'm at the point now where it's just like first edition all the way, but I sometimes have to re-explain it, like I was explaining it the other day, and you got to do it systematically and calmly, instead of just going like, put him to the sword, 437. Okay, here we go. Translate the Gita to Tadeo Maori. 437.
Oh, you already have your file there.
Hmm?
You already have your file where you can just click on there.
Yeah.
And just give the order.
Just give it.
Request.
Yep, and see, certainly, here's the translation from the Bhagavad-gita as it is by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for verse 437. And then it gives the English text. It tells me how certain it is about it. Then it gives me a Te Reo Māori translation, tells me how certain it is about that. Then it goes for word like that. But I double check it like this. So
Mahi.
Mahi means work. Okay, so we punch it into Google Translate. Like a burning fire extinguishes music and flames. Okay. Oh, Arjuna, just as the fire of knowledge extinguishes all reactions to physical activity. Well, that's pretty good. But like a burning fire extinguishes yathā song. Just as a burning firewood turns firewood to ashes. Yathā. What does this thing think yathā means? Wood.
Burning fire extinguishes music, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Well,
Like a burning fire extinguishes music in flames, huh?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, that one.
Blubber.
Pera. What is pera? Blubber.
It's blubber.
Hello, pera.
Okay, so
What is a blubber?
cancels, extinguishes. Yathā is meant to mean wood. What's the word for wood? Come on. Te Reo Māori word for wood is rakau. So if we go back and take out yathā and say rakau, like the burning fire that destroys wood and flames, or Arjuna, what happens if I take that out? Ta-da, it's not blubber, it means like.
Yeah, it's just adding extra.
Yeah, as burning fire destroys wood and flames, or Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge destroy all reactions to physical activity.
Well, it's not physical, is it?
Yeah, it is. Mahi, work. Here we go. It's rakau. And then the other one is Okay. 85% certainty now.
Just one word. I think you changed 2 words.
Yeah, because the second just as.
Again, pera. Okay, pera is also.
Okay, let's read out this one here and then. Pera I te ahi e tahuna ana e whakakore ana I te rākau ki te kapura e Arjuna. I te ahi o te mātauranga e whakakore ana I ngā whakahoki katoa ki ngā mahi a tinana. Mātauranga is intelligence or knowledge. The fire of knowledge. Okay. Destroys. Ana. Cave. No. Continuous tense marker. Ongoing. I. Na whakahoki. Kato. All reactions of the work atinana. Physical. So you could just take out atinana like this, right? And it would just become you think that's better?
All reactions to actions. Yeah. I think that would be good. It's incredible. You can just, take a few things and then make it.
Okay, back to the text. Here we go. Yathaidhāṁsi samiddho gnir bhasma-sāt kurute rjuna jñāna-agniḥ sarva-karmāṇi bhasma-sāt kurute tathā.
As the blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burns to ashes all reactions to material activities.
Jai Param
Jai
Vijayate Shri
Krishna.
Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna. Thanks for tuning in.
Hare
See you in the
Krishna.
next one. Hare
Yep.
Bol.